Growing your school is hard until you build your personal monopoly, and then growing your school becomes easy. You see, most people try to beat their competition by being better, but it's easier to beat your competition just by being different. On the internet, weird works, and there's massive benefits by just being unique. You see, when you try to be better, it's difficult. Competition is fierce, and if you're competing with them head to head, being judged on the same metrics, you have to put in more effort. You have to work harder. It's really difficult to stand out, especially if you're in a saturated niche, like a fitness niche, like a relationships niche, or like a money, wealth, business sort of niche. Any sort of competitive niche, it's really difficult to stand out by being better because your competition has probably been around for longer than you and has bigger brands than you, which is why it's easier to just be different. When you're unique, now you're no longer compared to your competition. Now you're compared to just yourself. When now, if someone's thinking of buying from you, they're no longer thinking, should I buy from this person or that person or this person or that person? They're just looking at you and making a buying decision without comparing you to anyone else. And ideally, you're so different that you're the only person who does what you do. Ideally, you own a specific category or a specific niche or even a sub-niche, a specific section of the internet. You want to become the only or the go-to person for that category. When you do that, that's when you truly win. For example, being a synthesizer. Nobody else can teach you how to become a synthesizer because I own that category. I was the first free school community ever, and I was teaching synthesizer. It's been around for years now. So now nobody can teach you the synthesizer method, how to grow as an educational creator and monetize on Skool by being a synthesizer. I'm the only person who teaches how to grow on Skool by being a synthesizer, and no one can compete with me on that because I've claimed the synthesizer term and I'm known for that. And if somebody else was to start talking about it, many people would view it as them copying what is the original. So you want to continue to do what you do and continue to niche down and continue to explore different parts of the internet until you can own something. And really what you want to become is the something guy or gal. You want to become the synthesizer guy. For example, in the longevity space, there's Brian Johnson. He is the longevity guy. And the reason he's the longevity guy is because he has the world record for the lowest epigenetic age, right? He is so healthy or longevity focused that he has got his rate of aging down so low that he has the world record. He now owns that space. And you want to continue to play around and explore your passions and explore your interests until you're able to find an area that you are so obsessed with and you love so much that you can become so good at that you can own a specific space. That's when growing your school becomes easy. But the question is, how do you become different? How do you differentiate yourself? And the answer to that question is just by being you. You see, you are unique by default, and authenticity beats competition. You are unique, and all you need to do is just be yourself and continue to hone and develop your skills until being yourself gets you paid. That's the crazy thing about the internet. When you get so good at something and you follow your passions and your obsessions so much that you become the go-to person in a specific space, you get paid just for being you, meaning you're doing the things that you naturally do because you enjoy doing them, and other people get so much value in them that they will pay you for that. It's a crazy concept when you're just getting started because in the old economy, you have to become an accountant, right? Nobody really loves being an accountant. Well, I'm sure there's some people that do, but most people don't love being an accountant. You are an accountant. You show up to work and you force yourself to open up the spreadsheets and do whatever accountants do, and then people pay you in return for that. But in the new economy, because the internet has opened you up to access to 6 billion people, there's now no longer a set of 50 jobs that you can get: accountant, teacher, lawyer, doctor, nurse, etc. Now you can just be yourself. And if you're good enough, people will pay you for just being you. It's a kind of crazy concept to think about. But when you get so good, you can just follow your intrinsic desires. You do the things that feel like play to you, and other people will pay you because to them it looks like work. That's the secret. How can you find what feels like play to you but looks like work to others? That's when you get paid just for being yourself, and this is possible over time, right? This is an end goal. And oftentimes you have to chaotically flutter your way to finding this. Normally, it's not a structured path. Normally, you've got to play, you've got to explore, you've got to do a bunch of different things. And then when you look back, you'll realize, hold on a second, I'm starting to own this specific category. I'm starting to become the go-to guy or gal for this specific space. So it's not a process that is linear, it's a process that's chaotic and it develops over time. So don't feel bad if you don't have it yet. Trust the process, continue to explore, continue to do the things that you love to do, follow your intrinsic curiosities and your desires and your passions, and eventually you'll stumble across this place where you love it so much that you become great. And when you become great, you become known for being the go-to person for that space, which is where you can just make a stupid amount of money and help a ton of people at the same time because you're so good at it. And you're so good at it because you love doing it. So growing your school is hard until you find your personal monopoly, the thing that you own. And then it becomes super easy.